I'm Africa Harrigan for Legit TV. The Committee on Finance has scheduled a meeting with the governor's financial team to receive a status update on 7 key items relating to the economy. The discussion includes financial projections, revenue collections, several cost-cutting and saving measures, the implementation of internet gaming, the issuance of the 2013 and 2014 property tax, the status of the villa and hotel tax collection, and also just to receive an overall picture of the financial condition of the government of the Virgin Islands. In lieu of the territory's economic crisis, as mentioned during the State of the Territory address by Governor John P. Young, what do you hope to accomplish from this meeting?
Well, basically, this meeting was called so we can get an update of where the government is today with respect to our revenues coming in and what have we done today to tighten our belt and live within our means. And, you know, it's an ongoing fluid process. The information that you got last month or the month before is not current. And the most recent information was transmitted to us today as of the end of January 2014. So at least we can see and get a better idea of where revenues are, and then we can start doing what we need to do to bridge this deficit that we have. The deficit thus far is anticipated to be about $70.5 million. Of course, about $36 million of that is the difference in the 1325 versus the 1350 in the Internal Revenue Matching Fund, which is a rum cover over. We anticipate that we might be getting that additional money, so it's somewhere the deficit is still going to be in the neighborhood of about $35 million. And after this meeting, we're going to roll up our sleeve and see what we can do to increase revenues to the territory and or what other belt tightening measures that we need to implement to ensure that we can complete the fiscal year with a balanced budget.
Despite the ongoing efforts of the 30th legislature, the governor's financial team still seems to state that we're still in an economic crisis. What are some of your solutions to help alleviate the situation?
We are facing a $70 million deficit, as explained by Director Gottlieb. For us to bridge that, there are 2 basic things that I've been looking at. The sale of HES, because this money is supposed to come in during the fiscal year. We're in the second quarter of the fiscal year right now. The sale of HES. Remember last year we passed this thing for HES to be sold? Within that, there's a $7 million deferment that we're not going to collect, and there's upwards of $50 million based on the price of the sale. I'm hoping, I'm praying that the HES oil refinery will be sold by June, July, August, going into the 4th quarter of the fiscal year. We get that money, $7 million abatement and up to $50 million. That's $50 million of the deficit. I'm praying that the cover over monies that the director referred to, that the Congress will give us that extender and we can get that. With that said, we need income to be collected. We need taxes to be collected. This government runs on taxes. We need taxes to be collected. We need to assist the IRB and the Lieutenant Governor's office in beefing up the collection agent, the collection entity of that division. That has to happen. So there are taxes on the street. How fast can we get it in? Because without that, then it's an increase in taxes, and we're taxing the same people who are not paying, and the IRB and the Lieutenant Governors isn't collecting. So we're spinning our wheels. So we basically have to give them the tools so they can go out and get it. And that's where we're at.
Overall, are you satisfied with how the meeting is going so far?
Overall, I'm somewhat satisfied. The information that we're receiving show that we have a lot of work to do. We have taxes out there that need to be collected, and there are some vacancies that should be filled to just do that. And we do know that, and the governor even mentioned it in the State of the Territory address, that we have seen some bleeding here where merchants are running credit card transactions through other Caribbean islands or even Alaska. So is that revenue being counted here in the territory? We just heard from the IRB director that there are only about 1 personnel into the post office here to collect excise taxes on businesses. Although you're a business, if you don't bring in your cargo, your shipment through the shipping entities like Tropical and Crowley and Seastar, and you bring it in through the post office, you do have to still pay excise tax on those goods that are coming in. So it's just for us to do our due diligence and get out there and really see collect all that is possible to collect for the government, and at least the belt tightening would not be as dire.
Thank you for tuning in to Legit's coverage of the Committee on Finance. Also, you can follow the happenings of the legislature by subscribing on YouTube at LegVI1, or follow us on Twitter at LegislatureVI, and like us on Facebook at 30th Legislature. I'm Africa Harrigan for Legit TV.